Twilight's Embrace. Chapter 1. Whispers in the Shadows. I'd never believed in love at first sight, until that fateful evening when the sky painted itself with hues of crimson and gold. The air was alive with an unspoken energy, as if it too felt the thrill of possibility. Standing there, perched on a rooftop overlooking the city skyline, I couldn't help but feel the world had come to a standstill. It wasn't just the breathtaking view that held me captive, it was him. Alex. Our eyes locked, and for an instant, all my dreams seemed within reach. He stood across from me at the edge of a rooftop garden, lost in contemplation, oblivious to my presence until our gazes collided with the soft rustle of leaves as the night breeze swept through the trees. There was something about him that resonated deeply, a sense of mystery wrapped in vulnerability that left me breathless. The brief encounter lingered within my thoughts long after I'd returned home, long after I'd shed my work clothes and slipped into a comfortable robe, ready to confront another day filled with numbers and codes at the finance firm. But it was on that rooftop that our lives intertwined without warning. Under the watchful gaze of an emerging moon, casting silver shadows across the concrete jungle below us. His eyes were pools of mystery, beckoning me closer to secrets untold. My heart pounded a rhythmic beat in anticipation as I found myself returning to the spot every night, hoping to catch another glimpse of him. Fate played its hand when I stumbled upon Alex once more, this time leaning against the railing with a glass of whiskey in hand, lost in thought. "Can't sleep?" His voice was low and velvety, sending shivers down my spine despite the chill in the night air as he turned to face me. "I'm not tired." My response fell short of conviction. How could I explain that his presence had awakened something within me? He took a sip from the glass before setting it on the railing beside him, then met my gaze once more. "I am too," he said, an undertone hinting at the turmoil brewing beneath his rugged features. We stood there in silence for what felt like an eternity, the only sound the distant hum of traffic and the thrumming of a city in slumber. His eyes seemed to hold 1,000 unspoken words, each one calling out to me with a silent promise. I yearned to unravel their depths but dared not take another step forward. The sudden urge to touch him made my hands tremble. A gust of wind carried the scent of blooming flowers, carrying it to us on its breath before disappearing into the night. "Would you like some company?" he asked, gesturing towards the empty space beside him. I nodded, and my legs carried me closer without conscious thought. As we sat together in comfortable silence, the sky transformed behind us. The moon rose higher, painting our faces with an ethereal glow. Alex was a stranger, yet somehow, he felt like home. "Beautiful, isn't it?" He spoke softly, nodding towards the heavens. "It is." My voice barely registered as I took in his profile. Sharp jawline, dark hair that brushed against the nape of his neck, and eyes that danced with secrets. "I've always found solace in moonlight," he continued, "each night it reminds me there's more to life than routine." The words echoed my own sentiments. There was something profound about sharing this moment with a stranger I didn't know yet felt like an old friend. As the hours crept by, our conversations flowed effortlessly. Laughter and stories intertwined with whispers of dreams and fears. The connection between us grew, binding us in ways neither could fully understand. When the first light strokes of dawn began to creep into the horizon, he rose from his seat. "Until tomorrow night then." With a nod, Alex vanished into the shadows, leaving me breathless and wanting. The following days blurred as I found myself returning to that rooftop, each night yearning for more than stolen moments with him. But fate had other plans, drawing us together in an unexpected way. A chance encounter at work. His eyes locked onto mine across the room, the flicker of recognition was undeniable before he turned away, leaving me wondering if I'd imagined it. I found solace in my job's mundane routines once more until the day he appeared outside our office, his features illuminated by the golden glow of the setting sun. "Mia," he said, offering a gentle smile that made my pulse quicken. "Can we talk?" I nodded, heart racing as he escorted me to the rooftop garden. It was as if time stood still once more. Just us and the sky's canvas. He sat on the railing, gesturing for me to join him. Our hands touched as I took a seat beside him, sparking an electric current that made my blood tingle. "I never expected you here," I admitted. "And yet you're here." His gaze roamed my face before meeting my eyes once more. "This isn't just about chance encounters or stolen glances." With each word, our connection deepened, and the world around us receded into the background. We spoke of life, loss, love, and longing. Our stories intertwining like the branches of an ancient tree embracing for support. As the sky transitioned from twilight to darkness, a shared glance sealed our promise. This was just beginning. Chapter 2. Beneath Moonlit Secrets. The days blurred together as our clandestine meetings became more frequent. A routine formed. Every twilight found us on that rooftop. A symphony of laughter and heartfelt admissions under the watchful gaze of the moon. Alex's hands in mine were my anchor, reassuring me I wasn't alone in this reckless dance with passion. Our words painted vivid pictures that only our souls understood, yet they burned bright. Stolen kisses left me craving more, but we dared not indulge. There was too much at stake. One night, as the moon hung low and full above us, Alex's fingers brushed against mine before withdrawing them. An unspoken message that resonated deeply. I found myself wandering back to our spot, expecting the usual cadence of conversation. Instead, he stood before me with a small box in hand, eyes brimming with an emotion I couldn't decipher. "For you," he said, extending it shyly. Inside lay a silver necklace adorned with an opal pendant. A symbol of promise and passion that left me aching for the touch of his skin. I fastened it around my neck as moonlight bathed us in an ethereal glow. "I've wanted to give it to you since that first night." Tears pricked at the corners of my eyes, threatening to break free as he took me in his arms. "Mia," he whispered against my ear before pulling back. I'm glad for that moment, I managed amidst a sea of unspoken words. The tension between us had grown so thick it felt palpable. We navigated an intricate dance. Passion and restraint, the city below our haven unaware of the tempest brewing in secret hearts. I longed to taste his lips, he held me back. Each night, we edged closer without ever crossing lines, our desire a living thing that pulsed between us. "You deserve to know my name," he whispered against my ear before pulling away. "Ava. Alex." With time, the silence between kisses grew shorter and more unbearable. The evening air danced with anticipation as our bodies leaned in. The moment we'd both anticipated for weeks. Our lips collided, an explosion of passion that left us both gasping, hungry, desperate. A hand found its way up my skirt. I moaned softly, savoring his touch as he explored every curve of me. A muffled sound echoed from within the building. A voice calling out Alex's name. But we ignored it, lost in our world of discovery and promises. In that moment, nothing else mattered except for this fragile connection. He broke contact just enough to look at me with an intensity that melted my resolve. Next time, he breathed against my mouth before disappearing into the shadows once more. Ava's heart raced, yearning for Alex. The nights grew shorter as the days passed. We had to find a way out of this dance soon or risk being discovered. Yet in those fleeting moments together, I knew it was worth it. Our love was no longer confined to that rooftop. It spilled into my dreams and awakened with every breath. The next evening found me waiting at dusk. Alone. A note caught my eye as the sun dipped below the horizon. Meet me tonight at the old oak in the park. Come, Ava. Heart pounding in my chest, I made my way there, finding him beneath the tree's branches, his eyes glinting like embers. I can't keep meeting you here. My job. It doesn't matter. His hand squeezed mine reassuringly. Your life, Alex. What do you truly do? He took a deep breath before spilling his dreams of a bookstore. One where words breathed life into the world. Ava's eyes filled with tears as he revealed his true passion, and in that moment, I knew ours was a story worth writing together. I'm a bookkeeper, I confessed. An idea formed in my mind and took shape under the starlight. Meet me at the office tomorrow night after hours. We snuck into the empty building, laughing as we envisioned our shared dreams amidst ledger sheets and love notes hidden amongst financial records. The moon watched over us as we danced between reality and fantasy. I have an idea. His gaze met mine. Marry us, he suggested, a grin dancing on his lips before fading into seriousness. Tears streamed down my face at the proposal. A promise of forever woven with our passion. Yes, I whispered, voice trembling, as he placed a tender kiss to my fingertips. In that moment, I knew nothing could sever what we'd created. We planned and planned. A future intertwined, this time embracing the moon's silent witness. The next night, Alex showed me his sketches of a bookstore on a napkin, an invitation for me to be a part of it. His dream was now mine too. Will you help make this place come alive? He asked with hope in those eyes. I nodded as we sealed our vow. A whispered promise to the moon that echoed my soul. We'll open soon. He brushed his lips against mine softly before vanishing into the night, leaving me with more questions than answers. Still, I knew I'd follow him anywhere. As days turned into weeks and our bookstore's doors opened under the silvery light of the full moon, we stood side by side, a testament to life's serendipitous magic. We created worlds between pages. Together. Chapter 3. An embrace illuminated. Time passed. Our love flourished like an ancient tree in springtime. The world acknowledged it as Alex and Ava, company founders of Moonlit Pages. Each evening found us entwined among our books' offerings. One night, a stranger approached under the light of the full moon. A woman who'd heard tales of a bookstore born from love. I am your mother. Alex's world crumbled beneath the revelation, and I couldn't blame him for it. My heart hammered as he sought me out amidst towering shelves. I'm so sorry. We've been given another chance, I assured with every fiber of my being. He needed no words, his smile spoke volumes. You have a book in you. It wasn't a question, but an understanding. His fingers danced along the spines of our collection before coming to rest on a leather-bound tome. It's yours. I didn't know this existed, I whispered as he handed it over, breath-catching. The pages are blank. He smiled softly. Fill them with your dreams. As moonlight spilled through the open window, I wrote, pouring out life and love upon those waiting pages. The woman returned, a testament to our love. Offering wisdom from beyond this realm. Come home, she urged me gently before disappearing into the night's embrace. I knew what that meant. The mother Alex never knew was back. My fingers flew across pages filled with promise, my soulmate on the other side of them. The sun dipped below the horizon as I finished. He joined me, and together we read aloud in a voice that echoed in our hearts. In this shared sanctuary of words and love, I found what I never knew I needed, an unspoken understanding. Alex placed the final book back, leaving me to my dreams, his eyes locked onto mine, a smile etched on those lips.